Welcome to Eurocast,
The only destination for Euroids to reveal their Patronus.
a podcast initiated by the Interact Club of Euroschool Idol.
Hello everyone, I'm Bhumika Jadhav.
And I'm Ipshita Singh, and we are your host for today's podcast, featuring Shreya Prabhu ma'am.
Miss Shreya Prabhu is a person who is inquisitive and always looks forward to learning something new. She's also a part of Rotaract Club of Thane Hills and looks forward to help society in whichever way she can. She currently works as a counseling psychologist at Euroschool Airoli. She conducts various workshops not only for students of all grades but also for the parents and teachers. The workshop topics are based on bullying, emotional management, team building, knowing oneself, coping, and becoming resilient.
As a counselor of the school, she writes articles on parenting and guidance. She is the teacher in charge of Cambridge Life Skills and also the recently launched Equality Club in school. Her profession reflects in her hobbies too. She writes poems and quotes which reflect her clients' thoughts and uses dance and art therapy as a mode of relaxation. Having been a black belt in karate, her inclination is now towards sports psychology. Let's hear from her.
Let's begin with the questions. Shreya ma'am, could you give us a brief about Equality Club? What Equality Club is?
Hello everyone. Thank you so much Bhumika and Ipsita for the wonderful introduction. Equality Club. The Equality Club that we have in our school is actually the collaboration of Cambridge Euroschool Airoli with Oxfam and YLAC, that is Young Leaders for Active Citizenship. The Equality Club for the whole year is divided into four segments. The first three quarters deal with three different aspects of equality, that is, gender equality, economic equality, and diversity and inclusion. The last quarter is designed to discuss climate justice and facilitate campaigns to support initiatives that further the cause of equality. I'm really glad that through this particular club, we are able to generate discussions, ask students to get involved through campaigns, through radio spots, and whatnot. The aim of each segment in this club is to introduce students to break stereotypes, create new ideas, and get them to think critically about the socio political construct in which they operate and build their capacity to advocate for change. It is a really good opportunity for students who are thinking of changing the future to be a part of this and actually initiate the process by themselves.
Very interesting and is for a good cause. We're so excited to have you here today with us. As a citizen of India, do you think all Indians are treated equally?
Inequality threatens long term social and economic development, harms poverty reduction, and destroys people's sense of fulfillment and self worth. This, in turn, can breed crime, diseases, and environmental degradation. Most importantly, I feel that we cannot achieve sustainable development and make the planet better for all the people if people are excluded from opportunities, services, and the chance for a better life. Equality helps us to sustain the development as well as to work towards progress together as one unit. Therefore, the rate of progress would be much higher of the whole world when we all treat each other as equals rather than different from one another. I guess that's why equality or having equality in the world makes a big difference to the world.
Moving on. Ma'am, according to you, why should there be equality between the societies?
India is a country with diverse population. It has many people with different ethnicities, races, cultures, religions, castes, etc., who have stayed together for so many years. Therefore, I think it would be difficult to achieve a perfect score in, in terms of equality. Having said that, I'm really glad to say that the social media and the youngsters today are coming forward and using internet as a way or as a medium to create awareness and try and bring people from different backgrounds together and make it a more equal society.
Totally agree with you. Specifically in India, what do we see that tells us we have room to improve equality in all sectors?
For this, I would like you to check the record of India 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the topics like LGBTQIA, mental health, feminism, etc., were not even mentioned anywhere. But today, these discussions are out in the open. People encourage debates, discussions on these topics. There are movies made on this particular subject, and there are social media accounts created to generate awareness amongst the people. I know that there are many things under planning and negotiation right now, and nothing is concrete according to the judiciary and law front. But I'm glad to say that this is definitely a consistent record, if not a winning record for India. And therefore, I think there is definitely a lot of room for improvement, and there will be improvement in this country in the future.
There are so many opportunities available and so many talents. What are we missing out by not maximizing the talents of both genders?
So, when someone tells me to imagine a person being restricted to their particular genders, I think of the story wherein an elephant was trained to think that he cannot break the chain, the flimsy chain that he was tied to. And this training was done with him when he was very young. But unfortunately, till the very end, the elephant, even when he grows very huge, he doesn't realize that he has so much potential and he can explore the world if he would, if he wanted to. But because he is just trained to think in a particular fashion, he doesn't explore at all. This is exactly what I think when I think of people being just restricted to their gender specific roles. I feel the more we let people be people and not their particular genders, boys can achieve more than what they are today, and girls can achieve more than what they are told that they can do.
You had four themes for your club: gender equality, minority rights and discrimination, economic equality, and climate justice. How have you achieved take these topics forward and accepted your role or inspired others to do as well?
I also feel that we wouldn't have been able to benefit ourselves with the talents of Sanjeev Kapoor and Vikas Khanna if their parents had refused them to work as chefs when it is the typical thought that only girls must work or cook in the kitchen. And we also wouldn't have talents like Indra Nui, who is the former CEO of PepsiCo, and Chanda Kochar, who is the managing director and CEO of ICICI Bank. We wouldn't have people like them in the industry if they would have been restricted by their parents to just learn cooking or do some stereotypically feminine work.
That's very inspiring and covers so much. I'm sure our listeners have a great idea about what this topic is now and have a great time. My last question to you is, what is one thing we as interactors can do to make positive impact on equality in general for our quarter?
Therefore, a lot of talent gets wasted because we fail to recognize them for their potential and just look at them through the lenses of gender roles. The moment that lens comes out, we will be able to see people for the talent they possess, and that talent might really come into handy and create lot of progress and opportunities for others also in the world that we live in.
Amazing. This gives us a clear idea of what things as individuals we can do in our day to day life. And as a part of an organization, it motivates us to participate in such projects and campaigns.
Here, I would like to say a quote by Napoleon Hill, where he said that if you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. So I believe in this. Why? Because I may not necessarily make a social media account or make short films or conduct campaigns to create awareness amongst the people. But at my level, as the citizen of the world, I will try to reduce damage to the earth that is already is having. For example, I may meet someone and be kind to them. I will reduce the wastage of water. I would reduce the contribution of towards global warming. I would be more accepting of people from different communities and cultural backgrounds, etc. I feel if every person in the world does this, even if only at their level, the world would become a better place to live in.
You had four themes for your club: gender equality, minority rights and discrimination, economic equality, and climate justice. How have you achieved to take these projects forward and, as a citizen, played your role or inspired others to do so as well?
As interactors and as youngsters, I would really like if you relentlessly practice the virtue of empathy and kindness. In this world of social media boom, when each one of you wants to present their life on the social media, it is important that we become more accepting of others' vulnerabilities. There are many students and adolescents who are now scared of showing what they lack or what flaw they have in themselves just because the judgments are already in place. Please remember, students, that the moment you shun away someone or you try to make fun of them or mock them just because they are different from you is the moment you are not practicing equality. But the moment you are showing acceptance and um, making them a part of your clan, of your community, no matter what background, what culture, or from where do they belong, or what characteristics do they have, is the moment you are preaching and promoting equality. So, practicing empathy and kindness are the two biggest tools you can start working on to create equality in this world.
That was the end of our podcast. We hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe to the channel.
Signing off as Ipshita.
And Bhumika.
Thank you so much for inviting me for this podcast. It was really fun to answer your questions. Thank you so much.